Hi friends, let us study a new topic, note making, how to make notes. In this 21st century, we live in the information age. We are drowned in a sea of information. Yes, actually, we need to collect. In this age of information, we need to collect necessary facts and ideas and organize them properly in our mind so that we can retrieve them easily when required. So, what we are discussing now? How to make notes. We live in a sea of information. In a way, we are drowned in the sea of information. So, we must be able to retrieve or arrange them properly and retrieve them when we are in need of them. That's a great task in a way. Okay now? So, for that, what should we do? How to arrange information in a proper order? And how can we take them by, retrieve them when we are in need of? That is what we are going to discuss in this topic. Firstly, we need the ability to read a text and understand it on our own. So we are discussing note making, how to make notes from a vast long subject. So we are drowned in the sea of information. From that sea of information, we should be able to collect whatever we are in need of. Take for example, you just type Google or something. When you type one or two words itself, you get a long list of items and necessary as well as unnecessary things. We are in search of something that we are in need of. But what we are getting is a sea of information. Some are necessary, some are quite unnecessary. From all the sea of, all the long list of items, we should collect what we are in need of. It is in a way great task indeed. Is it not so? So, to collect them in the proper order and retrieve them, take it back when we are in need of. First, what shall we do? We must, read the text, that means to make notes. So, when we are given a long passage, 2-3 paragraphs, the first thing to do is to read the text and understand by ourselves. We must have the ability to read the given text and understand on our own. And next, secondly, we should be able to separate essential information from non-essential. In that long subject, long topic, some of them were, or some of the information given there are essential, some may be not that essential. So we must be able to separate essential information from non-essential information. I repeat, from the long passage given, we must be able to separate essential from non-essential information. Okay, we cannot imprint excessive information in our memory. Too much also not good. Okay, na? We cannot imprint, take to your heart or keep in your mind, unnecessary things. Okay, too much or excessive information in our memory. We need to collect only those details which are in line with the topic or subject of our enquiry. Yes, only those things which are in line with, in agreement with the topic or subject, of our enquiry. Second thing to do, we must separate essential information from non-essential information. So, first we should read the text and understand it on our own. Secondly, we must be able to separate essential from non-essential. Next, thirdly, We need the ability to locate information in the least possible way, possible time. Yes, then we must be able to locate our information in the least possible time. So a long paragraph is given, so many things are discussed. What we are in need of, the subject matter, we must be able to locate in the least possible time. Yes, with the minimum time possible. Okay, using appropriate strategies such as skimming and scanning. Yes, have you heard of these words? Skimming and scanning? Skimming is the ability to quickly go over a text. Skimming means the ability to quickly go over a text and grasp the gist or summary. What is skimming? The ability to go over a text and grasp the summary of it, the gist of it, in a short period of time, with the least time possible. So go over a text and grasp the summary of it. Scanning is the ability to locate specific information efficiently. Yes, locating the information, specific information very efficiently. So we have to use the method of skimming and scanning. Go over a text and grasp the gist of it or the summary of it is skimming. And locating specific information is scanning. So we must use the tools skimming and scanning. Yes. Okay. That is the third thing to do. Further, we need the ability to organize the information in such a way. We must arrange them in a proper order in such a way that it can be retrieved easily. It can be taken back easily when we are in need of. Yes, we have to arrange them in the proper order so that we can take back when we are in need of. Take for example, if you write all the subjects in one book, you see, your rough book, of some time it will be a conglomeration of different subjects, different topics. You can never take anything back from it because you will be going on searching. But if everything is in order, for example, topic wise, chapter wise, page wise, if you know exactly, just mention the pages and topics, index itself, you just can go directly into that page. That's why that is how your textbooks are arranged now. When I say a chapter, name of the chapter and the topic, you can directly go there. Is it not so? So if it's mixed with all the conglomeration of topics and subjects, you can never retrieve them, take back them. So it should be arranged in proper order that we can retrieve or take back when we are in need of. That is fourth thing too. So 4 things you have to take care of. First, read the text and understand yourself. Understand by your own. You must be able to do that. Secondly, what is that? Separate essential from non-essential. Then use skimming and scanning. Is it not so? To understand the gist and locate the passage, specific information, etc. etc. Then arrange them in proper order so that we can take them back when we are in need of. Okay, for example, if you are recording the important tourist destinations of a particular place, you can list them. If you are noting down the tourist destinations of a place, even destinations of India, suppose a foreigner coming to India, someone from America. So if you give him correct a list of the tourist destinations of India, it is very easy for him. Is it also? For example, he is interested in temples, ancient temples or modern temples. So you must give them a list either from north to south, okay, na? Or from south to north. Even from Kashmir you can start, okay, na? Coming to Delhi or then UP, Varanasi, etc. Coming to South India, so many temples are there. Then you go to southernmost part, Sri Padmanabha Swami Kshetram, Sabrimale. Then he can come back to aerodrome, in Cochin or in Trivandrum. Then he can take a flight and go back to America if he comes from there. Or he can start from there. Okay, a long list of all the important tourist destinations you can give them. So there is a best or good method of doing that. Okay, if you are, marking, for example, tourist destinations, you can list them. Or another example, okay, then what? If you are discussing the difference between two things, if you are discussing the difference between two things, a table is an ideal format for that. You can make a table, okay, na? A comparison, okay, between two things. Table is the most suitable method of representation, okay, now. Yes, if you are discussing similarities between differences, if you are discussing similarities and differences between two things, a Venn diagram may be a suitable mode of representation. There are many other modes of representation, such as pie chart, for example. Take a subject, for example, the reading habits of college-going students. You can mark in a pie chart. Or, something like that. Okay, now. The films, modern 21st century students like, what kind of films or what kinds of channels they used to watch on TV. Okay, now. You can make a pie chart. 5% of people or students watch these kinds of movies, or they like these kinds of books, etc. What is the percentage? You know how to make a pie chart, how to represent. Okay, now? Or we can make a bar chart. Okay, suppose the population of India from 2015 to 20, if you are marking like that, you can make a bar chart and make a bar graph also. So it can be represented in many ways. So the topic can be represented in many ways. It can be a table, it can be a list, it can be a chart, okay, or it can be a diagram. So there are many methods to represent that. Okay, now, so you have to find out what is most suitable for the topic that you are discussing. Okay, now, it can be a table, list, chart, diagram, etc. and etc. Yes, to summarize, a successful person in present-day society needs effective techniques which help him in generating information. He needs effective techniques. He also needs effective tools to organize the information he gets from what he hears, reads and watches. Examples of effective techniques are skimming and scanning. Using the technique of skimming and scanning, he can arrange the information proper order. Okay, now? Examples of effective tools, techniques and tools. Okay, you use skimming and scanning as techniques, and tools such as tree diagram, tables, web diagram, chart, graph, etc. and etc. So, what you have understood from the entire thing that I have discussed till now? So, you are going to make notes. Means what? So, from a long paragraph given to you, you have to understand the gist of it, summary of it, and keep a heading and represent it using a diagram, a chart, graph, table, list, etc. And first you have to use the technique of skimming and scanning, then you have to find the suitable method to represent it. Okay. Once again I repeat, a long passage will be given. First read by yourself, then separate noun, essential and essential, then use skimming and scanning and use the tools to represent it. It can be list, table, diagram, etc. and etc. So what will you do in the examination paper? So as soon as you get the long passage, you read it, understand it, okay, now? Get the gist of it, summary of it. Then you decide what is the method by which it can be represented. It can be a list, it can be a table, it can be a diagram, it can be a chart or whatever be. If none of those things are suitable, write a paragraph. Keep a heading, write a paragraph. That is also okay, but better to use some of the tools. Why? Because your language may not be that much up to date. You make, the more you write, the more mistakes you make. So, but if you can represent using any chart, table, etc., it will be beautiful to look at first of all. Secondly, nothing more to be done. So, full marks you may get in the examination, on examination point of view. But none of these things you find suitable for the long passage given to you, write a paragraph. Whatever be, there should be a heading. For example, your pie chart, heading should be there. Pie chart showing so and so. Bar graph showing so and so. Is it not so? Table showing what is subject matter. So the first thing to do is to read the paragraph on your own. Read, understand, get the summary, what is subject matter in that. Then you mark the important points. That is what separating essential and with the non-essential. Is it not so? So some of the things, examples, other things should be removed. So mark the important points. Understand subject matter. Topic should be understood. It should be given as heading. The topic or subject matter should be understood and it should be given as a heading in few words. Heading is a must. Okay, now after giving the heading, you have to decide what is the tool to use. You have to understand what tool to use to represent the topic given to you. You can choose any of those things we have just discussed. If none of those things you find suitable for the long paragraph or passage given to you, keep a heading, write a paragraph of your own. 3/4 of a page, don't exceed that. Half a page is not enough, you can exceed half a page. And less than 3/4 of a page. In a new page with a heading, you will get 5 out of 5. Okay, now? I hope it is clear to you. Note making. Just to summarize what I told in this class, how to make notes. That means a long paragraph passage is given to you. You read the text, understand the summary of it, and keep a heading and represent it using some of the tools possible. If none of those tools are possible, if you think like that, write a paragraph of your own in 5, 6, maximum 7 sentences. Okay, na? That is what note making is. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you. For more updates, subscribe to the channel SGK English.